Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm finally here again with a knitting podcast because it has been a hot minute since I have uploaded. Well, the excuse is I was very busy and I have the proof that I have been busy. So I will just show you everything that I have been making in the past month, I think, because I have been making some things and I'm also currently working on something, so I'm very excited to show you that. It's a lot of knitting and also some ceramics because, you know, why not combine the two of them and make something very fun. I will just start with the first thing and the most basic thing, I would say. And if you watched my previous knitting podcast, I was talking about this cardigan that I've made and that I really wanted to make a ladybug pin for it, and the ladybug pin is finally finished. So this is the finished cardigan with the pin on it, and I think it's super cute. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's so fun, the little ladybug. Obviously the ladybug doesn't have to stay on the sweater. I can also just take it off. That's why it's a pin, or like a brooch. So sometimes I just also pin it on other things or other things that I'm wearing, but this is a pin a little bit closer. I love it. You know, I used to be a ladybug in kindergarten. You know, when you get these symbols to show you what's yours, I was a ladybug. So I absolutely love it so much. I think it's so cute. So I'm very happy that's finally finished, because in the beginning I did want to put or felt a lot of ladybugs on this cardigan. I wanted really tiny ladybugs, and with the felting it was just not gonna look as cute, I think, because my inspiration was the ant cardigan from Lyrica Matoshi, and I really like that one. But I think she used pearls, and a ladybug in pearls is just a bit harder than an ant in pearls. So I just, you know, that one just almost fell on the ground. Thank God it's Garni Square and it hooked in. Oh my gosh, a ladybug pin that almost didn't survive being a pin. Anyways, so that's what I did. One of the first things. I just love combining ceramics and textile in like art pieces, but just also in like wearable stuff. This is so fun. You just make a cardigan or like a sweater or anything, you knit anything, and then you just make a pin. I love it so much. So I will just put it very carefully to the side so I don't drop it anymore. But yeah, I'm very happy with this cardigan. I have worn it actually out a couple of times, so I'm very excited about this one. It is 100% wool, and lately also that's why I was not productive at all. The weather was like 30 degrees and I personally, I do not function in 30 degrees. Like, I'm just like, I cannot handle the heat at all. Like, it's so bad. So my productivity just went down so much because it was too hot to do anything. And then I feel like knitting with a wool makes you even hotter, so it was just not ideal. So that's why I was also a bit slacking. I also really didn't want to film a video because I was just not doing well in the heat, and the summer has not even started. So you know, that's okay. So this cardigan is the first thing that I finished. On to the next cardigan, which I am so excited about. In my last video I also talked about the Diva cardigan, the pretty one in the back that I've made, and I really want to make a pattern for it. So I obviously had to remake it so I could really like write down every step that I did, so I can really put it into a nice PDF file for you, which PDF file is not made yet, but I did finish my second cardigan, which means that I've wrote down every single little detail of it and I can finally make a PDF file. But for that, I have my second Diva cardigan. I'm obsessed with it. It's so pretty. You can never go wrong with a pink and a red, I would say. I absolutely love it. So cute. It's too hot right now to wear this, but I can't wear for the moment that I can wear this because where I live, you know, the weather is just always a hit or a miss. I will definitely be able to wear this for summer as well, I think. Almost. I did some rethinking with this prototype, or like prototype, I don't know if it's a prototype, like this piece, according to the other one in the back. It is a bit different, as you can see. First of all, it has a lot more buttons, way too much. I don't like this. Like, this is way too many buttons, but the button in the back is just not enough buttons. So I will have to like take 2 or 3 away, I think, and then it will be perfect. I do love the red on it. I was really struggling with the type of buttons that I wanted, because where I live, I just don't know, like the buttons are not it. Like they're all really ugly. I really like the tiny red ones from this cardigan, but obviously these are way too tiny for this cardigan. And I was debating with these ones. I do think I like them. I used like a pink thread to sew them on, and it does match really well. It's very out there, you know. It reminds me a little bit of like somebody in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like the little girl. I don't know. Or is it maybe like the one from The Grinch? Isn't she like the same actress? I don't know. I have no clue. It reminds me of that. But I'm really, really, really excited to wear this cardigan and to also make the pattern for you, which I will be starting on very soon. But first, let's go through the cardigan, a little bit of what has changed. First of all, the big difference that I've done is here on the inside of this cardigan, I basically like sew it on, and then you have this flap, and it's a bit wonky. It's a bit ugly. I thought it worked for this one, but obviously if I write a pattern, I do want it to be really nice and neat. So for the red one, I basically made the red part of the body shorter, so you don't have an overlapping red and pink together. I still use the same method. I still sewed it on like this. I've tried crocheting it on, but that was just really, really ugly. I was having a mental breakdown at that point. The fluff, you would think the fluff is the easiest part, but it's not. It's not. So this part is actually shorter, uses less yarn, and it's just faster to knit compared to this one. So obviously the other thing that changed is the buttons. This one has like, I think 4 buttons, but they are really poorly put on. I am not a star in buttonholes. I have tried to make a buttonhole so many times, and I just feel like they always, either they're just weird to make or I just don't understand it. Like somebody tell me, because I don't know. So for this one, for example, the only buttonhole that is an actual buttonhole that works, I would say, is the very top one. And I forgot how to do it. I forgot how I did this buttonhole. So when I wanted to make buttonholes for this one, I looked up different methods, and in the end I went for the yarn over, like the 2 times yarn over buttonhole, and that seemed to be working quite fine. Like they're not ugly, they're basic buttonholes. The color is also different. I think the big difference is what I didn't notice. I forgot how many strands of the fluffy yarn that I had used with the blue one. And with this one, I used 3 because I did want it to be a little bit more thicker, which I do think you can see. Like, I feel like there is a difference between the 2 of them. But for the color, I did that as well. I also used 3 strands of yarn, and I've realized now that with this one, I only used 2. And I must say, I do like the color of the blue one the best. Like, it's just a bit cuter and shorter. So compared to this one, I don't know, I was really struggling with the shape of this one. It's a bit bigger, and then I don't know, there was something off, and I think it is because I used 3 strands instead of 2, so it's a bit thicker and a bit more like, ooh. So I think I will change that because I do want to make a 3rd one with stripes. I do have the yarn for that, so I really, really want to make that as well to really make the pattern on point. I do want to have test knitters at the end of June, beginning of July. I know this is not ideal to knit in summer, but I want to release the pattern in September, which is ideal because in September it's like hot still, but it is getting colder, so you know, perfect timing. But I'm very excited. I love the sleeves. Like, it's still basically the same. It's super simple. Like, I would say this is like a beginner slash intermediate kind of pattern, because I'm not like the best at hand knitting. I'm like better at machine knitting. I feel like it's really simple. It's a really simple shape. There's not a lot of decreasing or increasing or anything. So I feel like one of the challenges is maybe crocheting with fluffy yarn, because it is a mix. Like, the body is knit and everything fluff is crochet, but I feel like with the bottom fluff you can definitely knit this as well, because this is more like made to measure the fluff, depending on how wide you want it and also like how you blocked it. Like, I didn't really count the rows with this one because I feel like everybody's sweater will be a bit different and it's not according to stitches, you know, it just has to fit the length of the body. This cardigan with an the ladybug pin is also super cute. That's the fun thing. You can really exchange these pins. But I'm so excited for this release of this pattern. I feel like you guys are as well, because I would love to also see different color combinations that I have not made, because clearly I'm in the monotone vibe. The next one won't be. It will be blue, mint, and brown stripes with fluff. I'm very excited for that one. So I can't wait. I feel like this one is also like sturdier. Like, I don't know. It's a big improvement. I'm very happy that I remade it. After all that hand knitting, I really wanted to have a project to make on my knitting machine, because I have been really missing my knitting machine. I love my knitting machine so much, but I just haven't used it in quite some time. So I was thinking, what kind of project can I make on my knitting machine? And luckily I was going to Harry Styles, and when I go to Harry Styles, I just really love to make or knit something that I can wear. 4 years ago, or like 5 years ago, I don't know when this tour was, I crocheted this really cute sweater. It was 100% acrylic, so I don't wear it anymore or anything, because it's just, I hate the sound of and feeling of a full acrylic piece, because for summer it's just not good. It makes you sweat. Like, no, 100% acrylic for summer, it's just no, it's not nice. And then I was thinking, I'm going again, so I want to also make something on my knitting machine. Like, I want to, you know, see what I can wear. And then I was thinking, because I have seen a lot of ponchos on Instagram, and then I saw this pattern from, is it aver Paula? You know, I'm not sure, but from her, and she made this pattern super simple, and I thought maybe I can also knit this on my knitting machine, because I want to wear something fun, something colorful, but also a little bit of like a glitter like thing. And I have turquoise glitter yarn, so I was thinking maybe I should, you know, make a turquoise poncho, which obviously I did. So I'm very excited to show you. Like, this is a poncho. I mean, there's not much to tell you about the shape. I don't know if you can see the glitter, because in real life you can definitely see it, but on camera it's sometimes a bit harder. But I love it so much. It's so cute. Spoiler, I did not end up wearing that, but I still made it because I was so excited. I really wanted to have a poncho for summer, and I think it looks super nice with this peachy dance set that I have. I'm obsessed. Like, I love it. So I can't wait to wear it in summer. It was so simple. I did change a little bit of things, obviously, because hers is hand knitted and mine is knitted on the machine. So I just followed her measurements. I feel like if you need like a fast project, even with hand knitting, it's still quite fast. I can't wait to wear this over dresses. It's also kind of diva. So I like it a lot. I didn't know I was a poncho girl. You know, I didn't know I would like this, because I always have a certain kind of person in my head who wears a poncho. But then I saw a lot of girls wearing this on Instagram that made it themselves, and I feel like it's very fun, very cool. Locked up with my iron, which I normally never really do. Most of the time I do actually like dunk my stuff into the water and pin it and all that kind of stuff, but with the poncho it felt a bit difficult, so I just ironed it, and it turned out really nice, and it's super lightweight. So, but to get back to the fact that I didn't wear this to Harry Styles, which is a very big bummer. Instead, I made something else, because I was not gonna like let myself down. Like, I wanted to have a fun outfit. So 2 days before the concert, I thought, maybe I should knit something else. And I saw on his merch first, like in the beginning, when the Kiss All the Time Disco Occasionally baby tee came out, I was like, oh my god, that's so cute, that's so cute. Obviously that one was like sold out super fast, and then I wanted to knit it, but I don't know why I never ended up knitting it. I think it's because I don't have the blue yarn exactly, so I also didn't want to make it in other colors. But then he came out with a Respect Your Mother baby tee, and I was like, that's so fun, that's so fun, I can do that, I can make that. So I did. I made a t-shirt. It's not a baby tee, or maybe it is. It's not cropped, but I made a t-shirt on my knitting machine with Respect Your Mother on it, and I love how it turned out. Was it easy? No. Did I have a different fit in mind? Absolutely yes. Is the inside very, very ugly? Yes. But that doesn't matter. All it matters is that it's a cute baby tee. First, my idea was to make it a more baggier, oversized fit. So I basically measured a bigger t-shirt and then went on from that. Turns out the sleeves were just not really it. The sleeves were really, really ugly. Like they were super, super wide with this knitting. And then the t-shirt was really long, but not super wide itself. So it was like this really awkward shape, you know, when you buy like a merch t-shirt and it's like super, super slim, but really long. Like that's just not cute. Plus on that, the sleeves were like ridiculously wide. So I had to rethink. I had to rethink after already restarting like 3 or 4 times because things fell off. Like, I don't know, it was just like a hassle. It took me way longer than I anticipated. Also because it was 30 degrees outside. That really did not help me. After some struggling, I finally finished the 2 pieces. So I sewed them together, and what I did for the first time is I actually did like a double hem. It's not ribbing, it's just knitting, and I do really like how it is. I really want to use this method more. So I basically made the stitch smaller than this stitch. I think this stitch is like a 5 and this is like a 2. So it really adds like this idea of a ribbing without being an actual ribbing, which is very giving t-shirt vibes. So I love that. And then here I sewed it over. Like this is not ribbing. It gives the same effect, but I feel like on the neck that would have been a bit too hard to do. So I just did it like this, and then it turned out like this. But now I will turn it inside out for you, and then you will see what kind of catastrophe it is. Also, keep in mind, I have an overlock machine, and by accident, I put the black threads on the wrong side because, you know, white overlocking is a bit better, but you know. So I was too lazy because it was already 8 o'clock and I was tired. I had to work the next day, so I just left the black thread on my overlock. So the inside is horrible. It's so ugly. It's ugh. But I had to overlock it because I cut in my knitting. Something I'm very fond of doing is cutting in my knitting. But obviously when you cut in your knitting, you have to secure it or it will like unravel even if you have sewed on the side. I don't trust that. I went with some ugly overlocking. And then when I overlocked it, I realized I'm used to sewing and knitting with like the tension, but the overlocking, all of a sudden it started like waving like this, and I was like, oh no. And it looked so ugly. It looked so ugly on the sides. Like it was just not a cute fit. So basically then again with my sewing machine, I went over the sides to make it more neat. Also at the top, I feel like still the sleeves are a bit iffy, but it actually, if you wear it, it's really cute. And then I blocked it. I had really high hopes. I thought the blocking would fix everything, which it almost did. I put a lot of trust in blocking. I'm always like, if it's ugly, blocking will fix it. While blocking, I was also very scared that the red would bleed into the purple, but it didn't. It didn't at all. The specs here are from the color work that you see. Yeah, I basically made the graph. I made the pixels myself, and then I wrote them like all out, like the black and the white, how many you have to do, and then you can put them in your machine, and then it basically knits it for you. So I'm very happy with that. I did realize either I made a mistake or my machine made a mistake. I don't know whose fault it is. There's like 1 row, as you can see, and it should be 2, but that's okay. I don't know if it makes sense between the O and the U, but still it's very cute. I love it. And this yarn is actually, it's very fun because I remember I once made like a really big curtain out of this yarn, and when you block it with water, it's like it felts a little bit. Even though you use lukewarm water, it like gets a bit felted in some way. That actually made it even more perfect. Like it made it more like sturdy. So in the end, I wore it. I was very happy because I also did not have to buy the baby tee because it was pre-order. I didn't have time for that. Also, it was 40 euros. So why not spend 8 hours of my day knitting this instead of spending 40 euros? I feel like that's a win. So I made this also, and it really made me excited to knit again on my knitting machine, which is also very great. Like I cannot wait to use more of my yarns. I'm super, super, super excited to stay in the purple team. I'm also doing a test knit for this very, very, very gorgeous cardigan of Fizz Studio, and I'm so excited. I love it so much already. it's hopefully gonna be super pretty because her cardigan is so pretty. I loved it, so I really wanted to test knit it. And I am now this far, and I have this really pretty like purple yarn with little colored specks in it. And then I added this one because you had to have like, she used the Icelandic yarn, so I just bought the same yarn as she used but in a different color, and then you could add like any lace kind of yarn. So I had this lying around, this bobbin, and it's really pretty because it's like a darker black but it has pink in it, so it really fits very nice together, and I'm very excited to continue this. Obviously, again, a more of a winter piece, but I could still wear this in summer. Again, if it's a colder day or in the evening, this is going to be very fun. I cannot wait to see how it's gonna look in the end. Also with the buttons, she used these like pearly buttons, and I really also want to use those, but maybe I was debating in like a different color because maybe the white will like stick too much from the purple. And there's like a blue, pink, yellow kind of thing in it, or even just maybe purple. I don't know, I will see, but I'm very excited for this cardigan. This is the yarn. If you can see like the specs a little bit more, it's the Let Lopi yarn. Yeah, I really love it. It's 100% wool, so it's great. And this is a, I don't know, something mohair kind of vibes. Also a good mix. So I cannot wait. It will be a very warm cardigan, which I don't mind. I really want to like have more basic cardigans that I have knit myself into my wardrobe, so I can definitely wear those more every day because I absolutely love the fluffy cardigans. I love them a lot, but they're just not like every day. You don't always want to wear that. This one, especially the purple color, is very cute. I wanted to show you what I'm like knitting at the actual moment because those are all finished pieces, and this I am currently working on. And so far I really like the pattern. It's really easy to follow. Only thing, again, I'm scared for the buttonholes. I'm scared for the buttonholes, and I hope they're gonna work out, but I'm absolutely not there yet. So those are like worries for like in a couple of days, like a week something. So this is my current project. The last things that I want to show you or talk about is my ceramics, and I have been making some more ceramics. Besides the ladybug pin, I have also made other pins and also sculptures. So I'm also wearing my beautiful lipstick pin. I have remade the lipstick pin, but as you can see, it's a lot smaller and thinner, which makes it less heavy. And also the top is a lot smaller, and I didn't put a sparkle on the top of the lipstick because I felt like maybe it's a bit too much. Right now it's like this, and I didn't put pins on it yet, but I'm very excited to do it. It's very lightweight. I feel like they were really good on clothing, and I really like this type of pin because it has two pieces, so I can really play with it. Like now I put a bit more up onto my strap of my dress, and I just think it's really cute, and I'm super excited to make them into actual pins. And I have 2 more of these, so I have 3 of those. And the classic thing that I have always been making is underwear and everything in knitting and patterns in ceramic. So I made more pins. This time I went for a more checkered pattern because I had one in my last batch that I've made. I had one checkered one. I really liked that one, so I was like, maybe I should make more of those. So I did. They didn't all turn out as good as I wanted to, but that's okay. Let me first start with the ones that I actually really like. Is this one. It's a lot of blue, pink and red because they're just really good together, and I only have 6 colors of glazes, so you know, you gotta work with what you have. Surprisingly, I also used white in it, and at first I thought, I don't know if I like them, but I feel like they're giving more like a winter vibe. So actually I absolutely love them. Especially, for example, this one I wore with a lace blouse, and because the white is a little bit sheer, it also gives that kind of vibe. I don't know, I think they're really cute as well. So I'm also very happy with those. And then I have 3 more that I like. I have a green one with pink. I also had a green with pink and blue in stripes, and I really like the color combination, so I just also made it like this. Same one with this one, also something that I really love. Would also match really nice with this outfit. I wear them like every day. Like, I love that I wear my stuff that I make more out. And then lastly, this one, I'm not sure, I do like it, but maybe the white here, the white is really hard to make it nice. I've realized it's a bit clunky, like a bit thick, but still cute, I would say. I will also show you the ones that I don't like because it's important, and maybe you do like them. So let me know if you think the ones that I don't like are actually like really ugly, or they're like cute and it's just a different style from mine. So I have 3 pins that I personally think are not cute. So first up, I have the yellow on the blue with the red, and it's not that I don't like it. In my opinion, it gives kind of like a neon vibe, so it's just like a different style, but compared to the other ones, I think it's just not as cute. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's because the yellow and the blue, it's more faded. So let me know if you think it's cute or not. I really need like another opinion. Next up is this one. Again, the white is really hard to make things with. I didn't know that before because I never put glaze on glaze with the white. And as you can see here with the blue, it's like a different, it has like these little like speckles in it, and it's like a bit more bleeded. So it's not my style, but maybe somebody else likes it. So that's what I want to know, because I really don't know if these are just ugly or I just think they're ugly. And then this one is very aggressive. I feel like with the red and the white, it's just not giving at all. It's very, I don't know. This one personally, I think is really a fail, but you know, again, let me know. Then there's another one, a last one, and I feel like I do like this one. It's a bit more faded and a bit more for winter, I would say, but I do like it. It's the same a little bit vibes as this one. It feels more of like a winter pin. Not that pins are seasonal, but you get what I mean. So I do think I will definitely make this one into a pin as well. So you see, I didn't know, but obviously I know that, but it just never happened to me, is that things are not glazed as nicely as I thought they were gonna be. At first I was really disappointed, but then I was like, no, it's okay. Like, I rarely have it that something comes out of the oven and it's not how I wanted it to be. So it's okay, you know, it's okay to fail. Therefore, I also have 2 bigger underwears, and I have no idea what I want to do with them. I wanted to make them into hairpins, but I'm not sure. I think they're too heavy, and then I should have like made them more bended so they could really nicely go onto like these big click ones. So maybe I could just also like a wall hanging would also be very cute. Again, a checkered one and a stripy one just to try it out. And actually I really like the idea of a green and the 2 blues. And then this one, yeah, it's fun. I feel like the scalloped on these big ones could have been a bit bigger, because compared to the tiny ones, it's basically the same, which scale wise doesn't really add up to it, but that's okay. That's it for pins. And then to end this video, I have something very, very exciting to show you. My personal opinion is ceramic shoes. I love ceramic shoes. I have made a pair of ceramic heels before for my master's project, and I really like it. My very first pair of ceramic shoes were these ceramic heels. I think they're so cute. They're based on these click-clack heels you would wear as a kid when you would want to play princess, and they were so uncomfortable, but they were so cute, and they like click 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 on the ground. So they're based on that, and I absolutely love those. And then I was like thinking, when I was making some of the pins, I was like, maybe I want to make another pair of shoes based on one of my childhood shoes or sandals. And then I was thinking, when I was like around 7 or something, I don't know, I used to have these platform white sandals with little hearts on it. I really wanted to make them into a shoe. First I wanted to make a pair, then things changed, you know. So I just made one, which I think is also super cute, and it's this one. I am obsessed. Like the buckle and then the little hearts at the front. I decided to make it pink because I really like this glaze. It has like a little speck in it, which just makes it a little bit more interesting and less flat in my opinion. And then I just did white hearts, a pink one, and the blue stands for more like a silver buckle, because obviously I wish I had silver glaze, but apparently that's really hard to work with or like hard to find or whatever. So I opted for blue, and I'm so happy. It's so cute. It's again based on my own shoe size. They turned out a bit slim, but that's okay. But they're all based on a 38. Obviously, because first I wanted to make a pair I did cut out 2 soles, but then I didn't want to make a pair anymore. So I was thinking about another pair of shoes that I've had, and I used to have these yellow ballerina shoes when I was younger, but then to just make a yellow shoe, I was just not really like, that's kind of boring, you know. So I ended up making a more like harlequin ballerina shoe because I have this really pretty dress, like harlequin dress of Madame Morpho, and I love it so much. This harlequin was my graduation dress, and not that I can wear these shoes, but I thought about it and I was like, that's so fun. So I also want to make harlequin shoes, and they're like banded like a little bit, you know, like scrunched up ballerinas a little bit, and I think they could be fun to put on top of like some papers or like books because it looks a little bit like a little stand, and I love it so much. I think it's so cute. I made 2 ceramic shoes as well. That's basically everything that I've been up to in the past months. I want to upload more again, obviously. And the reason also why I did not upload as much is because I bought a new camera. I'm super excited to start using it. It will be way better quality and way easier to use it, and the microphone will be better, and I was just ready to splurge on it. Like, I'm super excited to have it and start filming with it. So I thought I was gonna have it earlier, so then I was like, no, I just want to film with it, but it took a bit longer, so that's why. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got some inspiration, and I also really hope that you're excited for the Diva cardigan because I am very much, and I'm basically making the pattern for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!